If you've been doing your makeup the same way for the last 20 years, I need you to hear this. The difference between makeup that ages you and makeup that lifts you isn't more product, it's technique. Have you ever finished your makeup, looked in the mirror, and quietly wondered why something just didn't look quite right anymore? Same foundation you've trusted for years, same blush, same eyeliner. Nothing changed, except somehow your reflection did. If that's ever happened to you, I want you to hear this. You're not imagining it, and you're not doing anything wrong. The face you have today deserves different techniques than the face you had 20 years ago. That's not a problem. That's simply what it means to become the woman you are right now. Today, I'm walking you through 9 makeup habits that quietly add years. Habits so common, most women over 50 and 60 never even notice they're doing them. Stay with me until tip number 4. It's the one nobody talks about, and it might be the biggest age adder on this entire list. Before we start, I want you to make yourself one promise. Don't watch this looking for flaws. Watch it looking for possibilities. This isn't about chasing perfection, and it isn't about hiding the years you've earned. It's simply about working with your face instead of against it. Because when makeup works with mature skin, people stop noticing your makeup and start noticing you.
Quick note before we get into the tips. Everything starts with well-prepped skin. Skincare done, sunscreen on, then a primer matched to your skin type. Everything I use is linked below. Here's what dermatologists and makeup artists agree on. As skin matures, product choice matters more than product quantity. Keep that in mind because it's going to come up again and again today. Before we get into this, welcome to Modern Muse 60+. This is a space where women can learn to live elegantly and beautifully as they age. Click the subscribe button. That way it helps tell the algorithm to reach other women which might be in need to same amazing tips. Let's get into it. Here's the biggest mistake I see on women over 60. Believing that if the skin has changed, the answer is more product. More foundation, more concealer, more powder. But foundation only has one job, to create harmony, not to erase everything. When it's applied too heavily, it settles into fine lines and actually draws more attention to texture, not less. Here's what actually works. Place foundation only where you need it. A few small dots around the nose, cheeks, maybe the chin. Then blend until it nearly disappears into the skin. If you have redness, try a green-toned corrector first. If you have discoloration, a peach corrector neutralizes it beautifully. Fix the color underneath, and you'll need far less foundation on top. One more thing stylists agree on. Never drag foundation all the way under your eyes. You'll double up once concealer goes on. Which brings us to tip number 2. Mistake number 2, using concealer the way you did 20 years ago. Here's why your concealer routine might suddenly feel like it's failing you. Your under eye area has changed. As we age, we naturally lose volume there, and the skin becomes thinner and more delicate. What worked at 30 is now asking more of your skin than it wants to give. The fix is simple. Choose a concealer with a peach undertone that brightens and conceals in one step. Apply less than you think you need and let it sit for about 60 seconds before you blend. That small pause makes a real difference in how it settles into mature skin instead of sitting on top of it. Can I be honest with you? Many of us have natural hollows under the eyes. Genetics, age, life. No concealer fixes that. And that's okay. If puffiness bothers you, look for a product with caffeine. But don't let your under eyes become the thing you obsess over every morning. You have more to offer the world than that. Mistake number 3, using the wrong powder in the wrong places. Powder is essential. It's what locks everything in place. But here's what most women don't realize. The powder you use under your eyes should be different from the powder you use everywhere else. Loose powder under the eyes tends to settle into every crease on mature skin, flattening the glow and highlighting lines you weren't even thinking about. A finely milled pressed powder works much better here. Work it into your brush fibers first so only a whisper of product touches your skin. Then tap it lightly onto your T-zone and use whatever's left for the rest of your face. After 50, less powder is almost always more beautiful powder. Mistake number 4, bronzer that pulls the face down instead of lifting it. I told you this one was coming, and here it is, the tip that might make the biggest difference on this entire list. For years, beauty advice told us to sweep bronzer into the hollow of the cheek to contour, and on a younger face, that worked beautifully. But mature faces naturally lose volume through the mid-face. Those hollows deepen on their own with time. So when we add dark color into an area that's already receding, we're not sculpting anymore. We're sinking the face further. Here's what actually lifts. Place your bronzer high on the cheekbone. Sweep it gently toward the temple and keep it soft. Never too orange, never too dark. Brightness lifts. Darkness sinks. We're already working against gravity a little. We don't need our makeup helping it along. Mistake number 5, wearing your blush where you wore it 30 years ago. So many of us were taught to smile, find the apples of the cheeks, and apply blush right there. And for years, it worked beautifully because the face hadn't changed shape yet. But as the face loses volume with age, that placement can actually pull everything downward instead of up. Instead, place your blush slightly higher than the apple and sweep it up and back toward the temple, even lightly grazing just under the eye if you like a little glow there. Notice how the eye naturally follows the color upward instead of down. Nothing needs to look obvious or overdone. The whole face just feels fresher, like you had an unusually good night's sleep. That's the quiet power of placement. Mistake number 6, using eyeshadow that makes the eyes look smaller. Here's something most women don't realize. Heavy, dark eyeshadow dragged into the crease doesn't read as dramatic after 50. It reads as smaller, more tired eyes. You genuinely only need one shadow shade done well. Sweep it just to the crease and blend it upward instead of down. That single choice, direction, makes all the difference in whether your eye looks lifted or pulled down. And a quick word on shimmer, because I know a lot of you love it. There's nothing wrong with it. The trick is restraint. A small amount placed in the center of the lid catches the light beautifully. All over crepey lids, it just spotlights the texture you were hoping to soften. Mistake number 7, using eyeliner the same way you did years ago. A thick line dragged along the top and bottom lash line tends to close the eye off completely, the opposite of what we want. Instead, keep your line thin and close to the lashes, and lift the direction slightly upward at the outer corner instead of dragging it down. If black feels too harsh now, try a deep brown or charcoal. They define beautifully without the same visual weight. The goal after 50 isn't more definition, it's smarter definition. Mistake number 8, overdrawing or darkening your eyebrows too much. Eyebrows are honestly one of the hardest things to get right, so if you struggle here, you're far from alone. The biggest mistake is drawing thick, dark strokes that extend well past where the natural brow should actually end. It can create a shape that looks severe rather than polished. Instead, use a soft hand, follow the natural direction of your brow, and stop exactly where it should end. Finish with a tinted brow gel brushed through in the opposite direction to blend everything together naturally. Your brows don't need to look younger. They need to look like they belong to you. Mistake number 9. Choosing lipstick colors and techniques that make the face look harder. If you have lip lines, and most of us do, stay away from fully matte formulas, since they tend to settle right into those lines. Start with hydration, because comfortable lips always look better. Then use a lip liner close to your natural tone to gently restore definition without redrawing your shape. And finish with a shade that has a little life to it. A soft rose, a warm nude, a berry. And when you line, never go corner to corner. Bring it in just slightly so color doesn't feather and your shape naturally lifts. So here we are, my friend. 9 small shifts. Not more makeup, smarter makeup. But if there's one thing I want you to remember long after today's video ends, it's this. You are not competing with the woman you used to be. She was wonderful, and she carried you through every chapter that brought you here. But the woman looking back at you in the mirror today deserves just as much love, maybe even more. She carries wisdom the younger version of you didn't have yet. So the next time you sit down with your makeup brush, don't ask, how do I hide my age? Ask, how do I celebrate myself? Because timeless beauty and graceful aging were never about erasing who you are. They were always about placement, restraint, and knowing what your face needs now, not what it needed 20 years ago. Tell me in the comments, which of these 9 tips surprised you the most? I read every single one, and your answer might be exactly what another woman in this community needs to hear today. If this helped you see your own routine differently, hit like. And if you're new here, subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a video from Modern Muse 60+, a channel for women who refuse to disappear with age, women who are still very much in the game. And remember, it is more than okay to love the age you are. We just have to work smarter, not harder, smarter. I'll see you in the next one.